welcome to an Only Connect quarter-final. And as befits such an auspicious occasion, we've made absolutely no changes at all. No guest judges, no phone votes, no fireworks at the end. So if you see a shower of sparks, it's just the crew overloading the extension cables again. Our teams tonight should be pretty familiar by now. It's their third and fourth visits, respectively, and I've really come to think of them as contestants. They are, on my right, Will Day, an enthusiastic baker who plays rugby and once sat an exam invigilated by the Queen. James Keeling, a computer programmer and Formula One enthusiast who recently planned a week's holiday to Finland without realising there'd be no sunlight. And their captain, Joanna Murray, a keen mathematician who owns over 1,000 books and sang at Tony Blair's daughter's confirmation. United by a knack for the Nordic, they are the Nordiphiles. Joanna, your team won your first heat against the Night Watchmen, then beat the Bibliophiles to make the quarter-final. What have you learned from your experiences so far?
I think the best thing we've learned is what to do if somebody has a stroke.
FAST, a very useful thing to pass on.
Yes.
Let's hope nobody has a stroke during tonight's recording. You are facing, on my left, Anne Miller, who celebrated her 21st birthday aboard Captain Scott's Discovery and won her second Blue Peter badge as a prize for the creative way she said thank you for her first. Andrew Hunter Murray, a journalist and writer whose sitcom has been translated into Norwegian and performed in Tokyo. And their captain, James Harkin, a maths and physics graduate and keen golfer who once had a Bhutan monk as a caddie. United by their insatiable curiosity, they are the QI Elves. James, you lost your first heat against the Bibliophiles, but you beat the Night Watchmen, and then you won again against the Coders. How are you finding it on this side of the camera?
Oh, yeah, pretty tough. I think with the lights and the cameras and the completely impossible questions, we're kind of learning a bit what it's like to be on our show.
The fair thing would be if you had Stephen Fry to whisper answers in your ear.
Yeah, that would be good, yeah.
This is a quarter-final, so we are playing for a place in the semi-final, and the losers tonight will be going home. Let's start with round one. What do you think?
Yes, please.
You won the toss, Elves. You'll be going first. Please choose an Egyptian hieroglyph.
Could we please have 2 reads?
Yes, you could. It's the music question. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Next. Anything? No. Next. Oh, it's like PUJs. PUJs. I'm sure it's PUJs, but it's been used to advertise the British Airways. OK. Next. Oh. And autumn leaves lie sick and still. National things, Scottish. What's the song called, do you know?
3 seconds.
Scotland, Flowers. We're going to go for Flowers.
Well, why not? It's the right answer. What did you recognise?
Only the last one.
Flower of Scotland was the last one. Did you know any of the other pieces?
The Flower Duet.
That was the third clue, absolutely. And we also heard the Flower Song, Don Jose's aria from Carmen, and the second one was Petite Fleur, played by the Chris Barber Jazz Band. Flowers is the connection, well done. Music questions out of the way, that's good news, isn't it?
We like the music question.
Too late, it's gone. What would you like instead?
Twisted Flax, please.
The Twisted Flax. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Could be. I think we should go next. Yeah.
Next, please. William Wordsworth. Daffodils.
Yeah. Box dresses in yellow. I don't know.
Next, please.
It rings a bell, I can't remember who he is.
I don't know.
So we have to give him.
We're going to have to.
Yeah. Okay.
Next, please.
Oh, it's the names describe the names, the surnames describe the person.
Yeah. These are all people whose surnames describe them.
That's exactly right. There are examples of nominative determinism. Usain Bolt is a runner, Wordsworth a writer, Mark de Man, you know who that is?
A man.
Is he a man?
He's a Belgian footballer, I think, isn't he?
He's a Belgian footballer, exactly so, and Lord Judge is a judge. Nominative determinism, do you know when that was coined, that phrase?
When was it coined? Do you remember?
Remember that part? I remember the rest of the note. They're all those brilliant people.
No, we don't remember.
It's a good story. It was coined in an article in the New Scientist by a journalist who'd seen a scientific paper on incontinence written by J.W. Splatt and D. Weedon. Nominative determinism was the answer. Back to you, Elves, to choose a question.
Could we have lion, please?
I don't see why not. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Should we go next?
Yes.
Next, please. Okay, super furry animals.
Yeah.
Gorky zygotic gorky.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So who's that, mate?
I don't know, I'm thinking super furry animals. Next.
Okay. What is the other thing?
Oh, I know it. It's SFA because it's super furry animals are sweet. FA. Oh. And that's presumably going to be SFA.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
We think they're all SFA.
And you think correctly. Coming in after 3 clues, you get 2 points. Nothing at all Sweet Fanny Adams or SFA. It is listed in the dictionary as such. Are you familiar with the psychedelic Welsh rock band?
Yeah, the super furry animals.
That's the ones.
Yeah.
And the FSA is the Securities and Futures Authority. SFA superseded the original organisation. You didn't need to see the governing body of Scottish football. Also the SFA. Well done. Nordiphiles, what would you like?
Eye of Horus, please.
OK. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Three Musketeers. Oh, it's Man in the Iron Mask.
No, it's not.
Is it the movie?
No, there's a sequel with the book. I think we have to have the next one then.
Next, please.
In the Odyssey.
Yeah.
The Odyssey's named after Odysseus or something like that. It's named after one of them.
Maybe, yeah.
Unless we know.
Next, please. What's that?
I don't know anything about it.
No.
Let's have another one.
Next, please.
How long is it? How long did the Odyssey last for?
3 seconds.
10 years. 10 years.
I'm afraid that's not the answer, so there's a bonus chance for the Elves.
Yeah, we think it's 20 years.
It is 20 years. Which clue particularly makes you think that?
The first one, actually, Andy. Go on.
Three Musketeers is called 20 years after. It's going back to them all.
That is the name of the sequel written by Alexandre Dumas 20 years after sequel to Three Musketeers. Odysseus or Ulysses comes back after that time. Rip Van Winkle awakens. Do you know, I only found out when I was looking at the questions for this show that Rip Van Winkle is from a story by Washington Irving in the 19th century. I thought it was some ancient thing.
Yeah, I think as well.
You'd think it was really old, but no, it's based on old myths, but a story only a couple of hundred years ago, and the China wedding anniversary, 20 years. So well done, Elves, you get the bonus and your chance to choose.
Could we have horned viper, please?
Yes, you could. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Oh, where's Madison? Should we go next? Okay, next.
That's a hotel, isn't it?
I don't know. Is that hotel? Should we go next? Next. Can I nominate Andrew, please?
They're all by appointment to the Queen.
They all supply services by appointment to Her Majesty the Queen. They are royal warrant holders. You didn't need to see Spink & Son Limited, the medalists. Yes, they all supply to the Queen. Berry Brothers and Rudd, now I come to look at it, is another example of nominative determinism, isn't it? Yeah. They were proper Berry Brothers who set it up a long time ago, actually, 17th century. And apparently the family includes people called Henry Berry and Berry Berry. As in, I was berry drunk, presumably. Very well spotted. And the last question of the round is for you, Nordiphiles, the water question. I imagine it'll be pictures, because we haven't seen any yet. What is the connection between them? Here's the first.
I don't know who that is. That looks like it's Paris. I don't know.
Next, please.
I can't see Pablo Picasso.
Okay.
I think we should go there.
Next, please.
Can't see some kids coming, knocking on it. Oh, are they like cherry knocking when you knock it? I think.
Do we have another?
We've got Pablo Picasso.
Do we have another one? I think
we'd.
Next, please.
Can't see that either.
Oh, that's the kiss after Victory on Victory Day. The Victory Day kiss.
Are these photos that are
3 seconds.
Photos that are also works of art?
I can't really take that because really all photos are works of art. But I tell you what, given that that is not untrue, I'll give you another go.
They all won a Pulitzer for photography.
They did not all win a Pulitzer. No, if they had, I might have taken they're all works of art. But no, QI Elves, I'm looking for something very specific for the bonus point.
We have no idea. We're going to go for they're all in the National Gallery.
They are not. They are all photographs taken by Robert Doisneau. Robert Doisneau, The Kiss, is the famous one at the end there. So they are works of art, but very specifically by that photographer. Unlucky. At the end of round 1, the Nordiphiles have 1 point, the QI Elves have 6. Round 2 is the sequences round. The teams must work out the connection for themselves, then the sequence, then tell me what would come fourth. It's as simple as that. Elves, you'll be going first again. Which hieroglyph would you like?
Could we have 2 reads, please?
Yes, you could. What would be the fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Okay, that's oxygen. Should we go next? Next, please. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. The oxygen's 8. And boron is... what is boron? Boron is 5. Boron is 5.
Should we see the next one?
Yeah. Next, please. Iron 4. Oh, gosh. Oh, so 3, 10. So it's SN with a little 3. We think it's SN with a little 3. Decided.
Brilliant. The answer is SN3. And why?
Anne?
They are all chemical elements and the number of letters in their name.
That's exactly what it is. 6 letters in the word oxygen, of which O is the symbol, 5 in boron, 4 in iron. So I wanted to know the one 3-letter element with its elemental code, SN3 for tin, is the right answer. Nordiphiles, your turn to choose.
Lion, please.
Lion. What will come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Oh, it's also presidents became presidents. It's the first national holiday in America. So it goes Washington's birthday.
When is it? Roughly.
It's January.
So is it after MLK Day?
It's the same day.
No, it is, yeah. Should we have another one?
Get another one to see what's going on.
Next, please. Mardi Gras, is that?
That's on a Monday, so that's a Tuesday, so we want a holiday on Thursday.
Thursday.
So Monday, Thursday. Oh, we need a US one. We need a US one.
No, Monday, Thursday.
Thanksgiving. It's on a Thursday, isn't it?
Yeah,
Thanksgiving Thursday.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving is exactly the example we chose ourselves. What sort of thing did we want to hear?
A national holiday that happens on a Thursday.
Or something.
It doesn't need to be a national holiday, just something that happens on a Thursday. Yes, Washington's birthday is always a Monday. It's not his actual birthday, it's sort of like a bank holiday in America. Mardi Gras always a Tuesday. Prime Minister's questions a Wednesday. And Thanksgiving in America is always a Thursday. For how long have Prime Minister's questions happened on a Wednesday?
Forever.
Not forever. Do you know over there?
No, we don't know.
Yeah, since Blair changed it, because it was in 2 15-minute sessions, and then he bodged it into a 1 half-an-hour session on a Wednesday.
That's exactly right. It changed in 1997. It used to be Tuesdays and Thursdays. Mr. Blair decided he only wanted to be accountable once a week. I won't go on from there. That's absolutely right. Changed in 1997. But something on a Thursday, for example, Thanksgiving, is a perfect answer. Well done. Elves, what would you like?
Could we have twisted flax, please?
Yes, you could. What would be the fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Okay, Gulf of Mexico to the right. So is it going to be the oceans around? Oceans around Florida or something? Okay, let's go. Next, please. Oh, okay. It's interesting. Okay. I think we go next, don't we? Next. East China Sea is not around America, is it? We're going to go for Pacific Ocean. And what about yeah. We're going to have to go for Pacific Ocean.
3 seconds.
We're going to say Pacific Ocean, and like in the similar round, to be contrary, we're going to put the arrow in the other direction.
I'm afraid that would not be a sequence, so there's a bonus chance for the Nordiphiles. Do you know?
We think it might be the arrow in the same direction and the Straits of Gibraltar. Or have you just changed your
I'm
mind?
afraid not. Sorry, I've got to take that answer. What was the sequence you were thinking of?
We think it might be the passes into those oceans
From canals.
from canals or straits.
You're in the right area, but that wouldn't be an exact sequence. Were you thinking you wanted to say something else,
Is
Will?
it the rivers, directions in which rivers flow, the longest rivers in the world flow, and the oceans in which they flow into?
And what would the answer be then?
So, Mediterranean?
The answer would have been Mediterranean Sea. It's the outflows of the world's longest rivers, and starting with the fourth longest, the Mississippi, Missouri, flows into the Gulf of Mexico, the Yangtze into the East China Sea, the Amazon into the Atlantic, and the Nile, the world's longest river, flows into the Mediterranean Sea.
We were very close there.
Very well spotted, but just too late, I'm afraid. You may, though, choose your own question.
Horned viper, please.
OK, the horned viper. What is the fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Well, that's well, it's programming language. I think we should go next because
Yeah. Next, please.
it's the famous stack.
Lamp stack. So it's.
But it's backwards.
Yeah.
So the first one is Linux.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's Linux.
Yeah.
It's definitely Apache, MySQL.
Linux.
The answer is Linux. And I'm hoping you can explain why, because Lord knows I can't.
This is the lamp stack, which is a famous set of software to run on a web server.
You put that so much more simply than I could. LAMP is the acronym, and we're going backwards. The L stands for Linux. Well done. One last choice for you, elves.
May we have water, please?
Yes, you may. What is the fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Okay, I don't know that word. Do you know? Next, please. Genghis Khan. Are they going to be in order?
No, so...
Should we go next?
Leaders? Yeah, I think we should.
They are leaders, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Next, please.
Now that he was Genghis Khan's son. Okay,
Is that the end of it?
No, I think it's... It could be Kublai Khan, but it could be nobody because the empire fell apart very quickly.
Well, I don't
But he's a lot of sun.
It's because of Kublai Khan, isn't it? I think...
It's just the... That's too hard.
OK.
3 seconds.
A bit of dissension in the team, but I'm going to say Kublai Khan.
That is the right answer. Whoever was arguing with you, you can smile triumphantly at them. The answer is Kublai Khan. And why?
They are... Yeah, they're the Mongol dynasty, one after the other, we think.
That's right, yes. Kublai Khan's grandfather was Genghis Khan. You've got Tului in between, and Genghis Khan's father was Yasugui. What was the alternative answer you might have given?
Well, in my ideal world, no, I thought the empire fell apart so quickly after Genghis Khan died that it would have been nobody.
Well, that would be a very QI sort of answer, wouldn't it? Nobody. But actually, no, it is somebody. Kublai Khan from the old Coleridge poem, the one that decreed a pleasure dome and all that.
Lucky.
Well done. Yeah.
One remaining question, Nordiphiles. It's the Eye of Horus that's been left till last this time. It's going to be picture clues. What would you expect to see in the fourth picture? Here's the first.
It's a wild boar. I can't think of anything where there's a boar.
Next, please.
It's not like... It's not going to be like Harry Potter houses or something.
I don't think it
Boar
is.
and deer.
Sounds like
Boar deer.
I can't think.
Next, please. That's a griffin.
Oh, is it these things that Hercules had to do?
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's
You've caught
next?
a boar, you've caught a deer. You've fought the Hydra.
Oh, yeah.
So you could go golden afterwards. So we can...
No.
3 seconds.
Stables.
Some stables.
Not the answer, I'm afraid. So, elves, your last bonus chance of the round.
A three-headed dog.
Not it either. What sequence are you thinking of?
The labours of Hercules.
Going in which direction?
We don't know.
And what were you thinking of?
The labours of Hercules.
Going in which direction?
Don't know.
OK, it is the labours of Hercules. It's the first four going backwards. So his fourth labour involved capturing the Erymanthian boar. Then it was capturing the Serenician hind. Then it was slaying the Hydra. But we're going backwards, and his first challenge was to kill the Nemean lion. Lion is what we wanted to see. I was rather expecting that to be the lion question, but it wasn't.
A bit of a giveaway.
So no points there, but you're all in the right area. Unlucky. At the end of round 2, the Nordiphiles have 7 points, the Elves have 10. Now for the connecting wall, 16 jumbled up clues that the teams need to sort into 4 connected groups of 4. Nordiphiles, you'll be going first this time, so please choose lion or water.
Lion, please.
Lion. You have 2.5 minutes to solve this wall, starting now.
Okay.
So filth and glue and porno are all...
And noir?
no, are all...
oh, yeah,
Urban
books,
Wells.
yeah.
There must be
crime?
no crime.
Oh, yeah. So there's film noir. Well, musical, I guess, is a type of film. Horror is a type of film.
I reckon this whole thing is...
Romance. I mean, this might just be complete...
Yeah.
red. Oh, no, okay.
3 strikes now, you've got lots of time.
Rude boxes
So,
are Robbie
was it Mexican
Rude
wave?
box.
Heat wave?
Rude. Those two are Robbie Williams songs.
Radio wave.
Radio and...
No, Radio Wave.
Radio is a Robbie Williams song as well.
Shockwave.
Candy Wave. I mean.
Candy's a Robbie Williams song.
I think those are all Robbie Williams and those are all waves.
Strong wave, is it not a thing?
Well, we
at
can
least
try it. Let's try it, and if it's wrong, then it'll be...
Wow, you've solved the wall. That might be the fastest solution this series. Very impressive. 4 points, of course, immediately for the groups. What about the connections? Filth, glue, crime, porno.
Nominate Will.
Are they Irving Welsh novels?
They are. I mean, you got that immediately. Are you a fan of Irving Welsh?
I think I've read one of them, and I've read Trainspotting, but...
Which one have you read of those?
Filth, I think.
What happens in it?
I can't remember.
There you go.
Quite a lot of film.
Nothing like an Irving Welsh expert. Do you know, I once, off topic, took Irving Welsh to see White Christmas at the cinema. It was, yes, it was. I was interviewing him, and we thought, you know, he's such a scary, macho fellow that wouldn't it be fun to take him to see a nice old Christmassy film? And he cried. What a softie. Sobbed through the film. I had to take him for a drink to cheer him up. On to the next group. Romance, horror, musical, noir.
Genres of film?
They are. That reminds me of that old show where they used to have to improvise things. Whose line is it anyway? The audience would shout things like that. Noir, musical. That's it. They're all film genres. The pink group, Millennium, Strong, Candy, Rude Box.
These are all songs by Robbie Williams.
They are. They're top 10 hit singles for Robbie Williams. And the last group, Mexican, Radio, Heat, Shock.
These are words that can be followed by wave.
They can all be followed by wave. Do you want to do a celebratory Mexican wave now? Go on, there you go. Fantastic. Well, a very well-deserved wave, because I'm going to give you 4 points for the groups, 4 points for the connections, a bonus of 2 for getting it all right. That is the maximum of 10. Very well done. Time to let the elves scamper back into this particular dank cave and play their own connecting wall. 16 new clues, but the same principle of solution. It'll be the water wall for you elves. The line's been taken. You have 2.5 minutes to solve it, starting now.
Lord Tennyson.
Right,
Lord
Joey.
Tennyson, King Lear.
Okay,
Oh, Lord
no.
King. Gordon Rolls in King
Oswald.
Lear.
So is Oswald, I believe.
Jim Cromwell? Oh, Reagan.
And,
These-
Cornwall. Yep, got
Okay,
on Reagan.
have we got a fourth
and
one?
Lear.
Oh, nice. So
Sorry.
it's not Lear. Okay, that's
Not
good.
Lear.
John Lennon Airport, maybe.
Is there...
Well, Heathrow.
Stansted.
Right.
It's Stan-
Robin Hood Airport.
Okay, there's going to be another
Prestwick's
one.
an airport.
Okay,
Prestwick's
so
in Glasgow.
not Heathrow.
Right.
Okay,
there's
3
two.
strikes now. You've got lots
Okay,
of
let's
time.
take our time.
Absolutely. Matthew Arnold.
Lear.
There's also, I believe, a Victorian poet called Hopkins, and so is Tennyson, and so is Browning.
Well, that's an anagram of Ronald.
And, of course, Edward Lear is another poet from the 19th
Oh, of
century.
course, nonsense poems.
So Browning, Tennyson, Hopkins, Lear, Arnold.
They're
Right.
all poets.
We don't
Are
have
all
the-
poets.
Okay,
So what would the
Yeah.
others would be?
So
Heathrow, Pittsburgh, majority.
So Heathrow, Terminal 5.
Yeah.
It means
Majority rules.
Heath-
Is it rules? Pittsburgh rules? Majority
Pittsburgh
rules?
Steelers, they're a team, aren't
They
they?
are the Steelers, but I don't see
Majority
others.
rules, majority minority, majority report.
Is there a word one? Is
Can we
there
press
any?
the ones that we think are not
Okay,
poets?
so we think those
It's
are
only
definitely
those three,
not
yeah.
poets.
Right,
Is
so
there anything about the words?
what
They've
does
got, that's got major in it. That's got pit in it. Yes,
That's
Heath.
got Heath, right.
Yes.
Okay,
So
so
what's the
politicians.
other
So
one?
Brown, Gordon Brown.
All right, but let's wait.
Okay.
Okay.
Gordon
Victorian. Okay, let's do it.
So,
Okay.
No, let's wait. We want to think about this for sure. So what's
Okay,
this one?
This is characters in King Lear.
Okay, 100%.
Definitely. These two definitely.
Okay, we're happy with those. So
Yeah.
these are definitely British airports.
That's in Glasgow. No, it's Robin Hood. That's the one
Yes,
I
it
was
is.
going to blow
We've
up.
done it now.
And these are definitely, they have the name of
Major Pitts.
Yeah. And these ones, is there anything else about these apart from them being poets?
Who's Arnold?
I've got the
I
last
don't
two
know.
literature questions wrong. I'm staking my life on this one.
I don't know Arnold.
I do.
Okay, go on, Andrew.
Give it.
That's it. You've solved the wall. I like your caution. Quite proper, with lots of time to go. But that is 4 points immediately for the groups you found. What about the connections? The first group, Regan, Oswald, Duke of Cornwall,
literature.
Goneril.
Andy?
Characters in King Lear.
They are characters in King Lear.
There we go.
The green group, Robin Hood, John Lennon, Prestwick, Stansted.
OK, we think they are airports.
They are all airports. To be more specific,
British airports.
British airports. They are indeed. The pink group, Heathrow, Browning, Pittsburgh, Majority.
These are all words where the beginning of them are prime ministers.
Very well spotted. Heath, Brown, Pitt, Major, hiding at the beginning of those words. And the last group, Tennyson, Hopkins, Lear, Arnold.
Victorian poets.
They're all Victorian poets. Putting your English degree to good use there.
Finally.
Are you feeling a sense of relief at getting those?
Yeah.
Quite right, too. 4 points for the groups you found, 4 points for the connections. I'll give you a bonus of 2 for getting it all right. That is the maximum of 10. Very well done.
Thank you.
Let's have a look at the scores going into the final round. The Nordiphiles have 17 points, the Elves have 20. So 2 perfect walls, meaning that the place in the semi-final will be decided by missing vowel. We've taken the vowels out of well-known names, phrases and sayings. We've respaced the consonants, and I want to know what the disguised clues are. Fingers on buzzers, teams. The first group are all words containing 4 N's. Nordiphiles.
Inconvenient.
Correct. Elves.
Announcement.
Correct. Elves.
Neonatal.
Not the answer, I'm afraid. Nordiphiles, do you know? Too long. It's unintentional. Next clue. Elves.
Tintinnabulation.
Very well done. Next category, collectors and what they collect. Nordiphiles.
Numismatists and coins.
Correct. Elves.
Arctophiles and teddy bears.
Correct. Elves.
Oologists and birds' eggs.
Yes, it is. Nordiphiles.
Philatelists and stamps.
Correct. Next category, sports people merged with music acts. Nordiphiles.
Frank, Bruno, Mars.
Very well done. Nordiphiles. You can't give me an answer because the bell has gone for the end of the quiz. Were you going to say Laura, Robson and Jerome?
I was, yes.
That would have been correct, but unfortunately too late because I've got the final scores. And after a fantastic, close game, the winners and through to the semi-finals with 23 points are the QI Elves. But in a very close second place with a brilliant 21 points, it's the Nordiphiles.
Well played.
Many congratulations to you, Elves, on making the semis. Nordiphiles, so close, really unlucky. Some brilliant quizzing. I'm very sorry to say goodbye. But if it's any consolation, you're being knocked out of the competition at the same time that the X Factor lost One Direction. And you could probably beat them in a quiz. Goodbye.